this. I think I did take a picture, I'm not sure. All right, people, getting over here working on, I guess one of my paints came in a few minutes ago, but I'm still waiting for the other one. The other ones to get here. This is what I'm gonna recommend. Definitely got to pick up that whatchamacallit, air cleaner. Clean it up, because the air cleaner blows some really nice, cool air, and I like it. Anyway, so we're working on the hard drive cooler. First things first, my name's Kenneth Bird. I got to put some kind of slogan or something at the bottom because I usually do things blank with no information at all whatsoever. I can just build as we go. But right now we're doing the modifications for, I can think the name of what we're going to call this. Maybe PC chat. I don't know. Gaming chat, something. But anyway, on over building a new website around it and some other stuff we're going to be working on. So, yeah. So right now, this is some of the paint that I got in. This is a light blue paint I'm using to paint my case. I have to still wait for the rest of it to get there, and the whatchamacallits haven't coming yet. Our other parts that we need haven't got here yet. Let me go get myself the Molex adapter. Sorry. Where's the Molex coming in at? Molex is here. Molex coming over here. There's the cords over here. It's here. Where is the cord for this thing? I think I have two cords. One I was using for the power supply for Sunday. So I forget where we put it at. It's got here somewhere. There. Not there. Definitely not there. Where did I? Where is it? I've lost this thing. I have no idea where I put it at. There's a box for that. Huh. Alright. Sitting on it. There's the Molex adapter. I found that cord. Gotta test this fan. I think there's something here that can't seem to find. Not there. Okie doke. Losing stuff right from the door. I'm looking for something, we can't find it. So we're working on building our hard drive cooler. I'm gonna build me another one for this one over here too. Where did I put it at? Like here. I had it when I came in. Where did I do it that fast? Like really, seriously. Just had it. Oh, there it is right there. What the freak? Jeez. Just poof, disappeared. Okay, let's get this part for this one. This is good to have when you're building your own parts. Basically, you get yourself a Molex adapter. It allows you to run your PC parts without basically having it hooked to your motherboard. It comes in handy. You don't get your fans backwards. We do have it right. It's this way. Little box right there. We're gonna paint it up real nice. Give it a real artsy, cartoony look. We got one of our paints in that just came in, a little high fluorescent blue. We got some more coming in. We're just waiting for those to get here. And we're working on our hard drive cooler. So my hard drive will just in there and give it a nice frosty blue look to it. So I want to do something cool. I want this thing to be colorful as possible. So I think I'm probably going to do a case in orange and then do the frost in blue. But we're going to use a trim. We're going to use order some brushes. We got some detail brushes coming because I do want some of that white exposed on our work right there. So this is cheap cases you can make yourself for your computer if you want to do something different. And this will be running through our power supply. There's our Molex adapter right there. Now that's going to stay in there. I'm going to use these double-sided strips to make sure it stays right in there. Our hard drive. And that's pretty much it. This, I was looking at, this is something my socks came in. This we're going to turn into like a turbine engine. So we're going to cut this out, put a circle fan in here, put a circle fan in there, hook that up. Something pretty cool for a different prop we can design. So you're making your own props for your PC, because chances are when you're doing modding, half the stuff you're not going to be able to find. Like you can find some stuff that you need, but stuff you want to build, you're really not going to find. You're going to build all your stuff yourself. Pretty soon we're going to take a piece of Tupperware and we're going to make an old TV with it, with the rabbit ear antennas, hook that up to a really old-fashioned radio. That's going to be for our Fallout PC and Fallout and virtual PC. We're going to be building pretty soon with that. This is all nice in here. Okie dokie. Boy, I should just wait and get some of that. They got that insulation too. Like this tape we have on the side is for insulation, for making things cooler. We can actually tape that in there real nicely for that. Okay, so that's finished. That's done. Still waiting for the rest of the stuff to get here. It's going to be here. That came here earlier. I wish the other one would have came here because it has the big button inside of it. And that's what I want to show, that big orange button we got. We're going to paint. Detail brushes. I'll show you what we're going to be painting. This is going to be different colors. I want this to be either be sky blue, one to be blue, one to be green. I want like something like pops. These areas here, and here, we can paint these. That can be painted. That's not going to cause any damage to your system. I do want to put a nice trim around here. This doesn't actually light up, but that in there actually all lights up. Outside the fans, we're going to paint this, and this. We're going to be painting all of this down here, the bars, all that. It's all going to be painted at the end of the day. And we got the neon fans in there. And then we're going to have this fan inside of here, and power supply, it's going to be this way right here. So, yeah. It's going to look pretty nice when we get done with it. And then we got the giant Pac-Man head coming in pretty soon. We're just going to put that over there in the corner right here. And then we're just going to have the string of power pellets wrapping around, and the ghosts are going to be running right along the side of here. So like the ghosts are coming right behind it. That's what I wanted to look. And then we're going to run a chaser system right through it. And like I said, to start this basic rack is really cheap. I mean, it's only basically $20 for the rack. You can find these racks anywhere. $20 for the rack. And I just use the taller paper rolls as a way of support. I am going to be extending the pipes for the rolls. And the reason I'm doing the paper rolls is because, or basically what you're going to call roll rack, or we're going to call it, they have this piece that stands out here. A basic rotary tool has a small piece, which I think I have in my tool. Unfortunately, my tool I paid for, it walked because I don't want to say much, but somebody just took it upon themselves to take it. So we'll just get another one. Nobody in the family, somebody that was associated and married with the family a long time ago. You know, you get those who don't know how to keep their fingers off the stuff. And I can't stand thieves at the end of the day. A good thing my parts and stuff were just in another compartment, so he didn't get those. I lost my tools, my power tools are gone. So I have to redo all those again. But you know, you steal from a Christian, they'll pay for it. So I'm going to use something like this, put a nice little hole. And if you're a little bigger, you round it out a little bit, and you put a nice little hole in there, and it's like together like Legos. punch a hole on this side, same size as this, and you connect it in there and glue it, and so forth, and you piece all around quite nicely. So we're going to make a nice little piece system out here to connect all this together real nicely. And then we're going to put a larger pipe around here. This one's going to have the same thing too, a larger pipe around it. This one's going to be frosted. This one's going to be done for more like a more Mario Brothers kind of setting. We're going to figure out plants that too, the ones that look like they're about to consume you. We need those too. Can I buy those on Amazon anywhere? Let me see. Let's see. Mario Brothers prop toys. Oh, yeah, we can get all this stuff. All right, cool. I like where this is going. Look at this. We got all this stuff that we can actually play around with. I definitely want one of these giant plants right here. We're definitely going to have one of them. So we're going to have to give it a repaint job to make it look more realistic. And we're definitely going to have to put some lights up in it too. Well, this is going to look really cool when we get done with it. Look at this. We got all the cool stuff in here we can play around with. So yeah, we're going to do an insane pipe system. And you can use PVC and some paint. We want to give a little rust look to it too. So it's going to be pretty cool. Sorry about that. Pretty cool. We gotta get speakers in here with the theme music going off. I like that. We gotta get it in there. We have to. So we're gonna pick some retro games all combined in there together. I don't know how the freak anybody got off that board with the flames and the fire. What? I remember one time I had to go through that level. I was like, nope. At the 67th time of dying. There are people who have done it. How? I don't know how you did it. I didn't do well at that level. But I love Mario, but they really do. So I'll get to working on all that. And I'm going to need you to cut up Ocean 6 over here. Ocean 7, or Deep Ocean 7, which is the submarine we have behind us. We're blessed to be able to build our own props for that soon. Start working on our nuclear power station. This is our submarine we built out of a soda bottle. Because, I went online to find a submarine, and most of them were too small, and some were too big, and some were just too expensive, so I figured we'd build our own. We're not done with this yet. We're still going to basically have to put in an EL wire, like that wire that does it when it looks like it's energy, like it's charging, so we can actually plug that into the side of the power plant that we're building. So there's like a little nuclear reactor going off. And then we're going to put some extensions here, here, and here. And we're going to put a fan that's going to run, a 30mm fan that runs off USB. So I had to find a 2-prong to USB adapter to run that. So that's going to be pretty cool when we finish this one. And just build our own submarine from there. Alright, so you could build a lot of this stuff just yourself. And then you just have to build for PCs and build it for other stuff too. On top of that. So this is going to look pretty cool. Give it a nice little, I want to give it an orangey design to it. And then basically we're going to just in a nice design. Like the rest of my stuff is just not here yet. But we can install the fan because I'm painting the fan up and everything all around it. What's the freaking Molex adapter on the floor? And let me get this straight, because I don't want people getting mad at me at the end of the day. Mad at me about this whole console thing. I'm not against console. I just don't like where it's going. I really don't. I don't like where it's going. I don't. I would love to see console evolve fully into PC. I think it would be amazing. It would be, I'll tell you something, it would be affordable. I'll tell you why. Because there's some days I just don't want to build. It's much easier for me to just have the whole system already there, already done. I like that. You know what I mean? That's why I still game on my console behind me. I still pay for games on that system, even though it's old, so support it. So it makes it easier. So we have to buy all these parts and put everything together. So they both have pros and cons to it all. But like I said, console's fun because it's already there. Like when I bought my VR system, bam, everything's done. When I added it up, how much would it cost me to build a gaming PC to run off VR, get a massive graphics card, buy the equipment that I would need to have VR? It was just too much. It was too much money. But the PlayStation over there allowed me to go on and play some pretty cool games, have a VR system set up, and that's it. That's why I bought it, because I liked it. I was going to go buy myself a index. It was just way too much money to get all that together, and it just made it so much easier for me to have it that way. That's before I went out and got the Quest 2. And I still like that better than the Quest 2, because the Quest 2 has games on it, but the games aren't like the PlayStation games. They're not. So it's the Quest is interesting because the Quest has more options to explore, and you're definitely online. There's not a lot of games online for the PS system, but it's pretty good. I say it's the most comfortable I've ever had so far because it has that Halo system on it. Where if you had the Quest system, it has this little loose band on the back of it where all the pressure just digs right into the front of your nose, and that freaking hurts. So I had to get something called a Frankenstein mod kit so I can have it like the Quest design in the back so I can actually hold it a little better. So that was pretty nice to have from there. But other than that, I just want to see where this is going with console. Because like I said, there's a lot. I'm not laughing at you. There's a lot of bad scenarios coming up. A lot of bad scenarios. Corporations are greedy. They're going to go with money. They're going to go with numbers. That's what they're going to go with. And hopefully they don't get to a point where they're thinking that we don't need the fan base. The fan base is what built them, what made them who they are. With the scalpers being in place, knowing that they're going to make sales, they're going to make their money regardless of what they charge for. Is it ever going to come to a point where they're just going to sell to the scalpers and just forget the fan base? That's what scares me at the end of the day. It really does. That's what freaks me out. Because again, I would like to continue buying. I've had consoles all the way back from the beginning of Yay. I remember going to the store and buying games when you had, I forgot, EB Games. I used to shop at EB Games. If you don't remember EB Games. Buying games at Toys R Us, Kitty City, GameStop when it came out. There's another game too. They had two besides GameStop, something games or whatever. But anyway, I still remember those days at the end of the day. I really do. I should bring back a cartridge system. I really do. I miss cartridges. I really do. I should bring them back. But anyway, that's just the fear of it all. The fear of the fact that where is this going to go at the end of the day? That's the thing. The more they make, you don't have to have a console system like PC. You don't need all that to begin with. Basic, your gaming system is good enough where it's at, but man, the more they keep stacking these parts in here, the more they keep compressing these systems, it's not going to go well at all, period. Just not doing it right. But I'm going to pick up a PS5, I'm going to pick up an Xbox system, and I'm definitely going to be removing out their cases. They're coming out of those cases, they have to. My system won't last long without them. It's the investment, the money I'm putting into these systems, they have to come out of the case. For anyone's upset about this, it should come with the original case with it. Yeah, like I'm gonna sit there and watch my stuff get burned out at the end of the day and deal with that freaking fiasco, right? No way. No, I put my money into that, invest games into that machine, into that. I pay a monthly subscription for it. I'm taking my sucker out of the case. No, I don't care about the warranty. Forget the warranty. Breaks, I can fix it. I'm good. Other than that, no, I'm not going down that road at all, period. So yeah, I definitely want to make sure that if I get one, it definitely has to come out of the case. I know how I want to do the Xbox system. I'm going to strip that whole thing. I want all the parts exposed and mess up a big old green Hulk. I was going to do it for the PlayStation, but it looked better fitting to have the Hulk holding the Xbox system up and a wrecked torn city. I think that would be sick. The parts and stuff laying here and there. As for the PlayStation, I'm thinking I might do that with a Lego case. I might build me a Lego case for that one. That'd be pretty cool, a Lego case. I'm going to do that one with that one. Of course, it's going to be super glued together because I want the parts falling apart. And the Nintendo Switch, I don't think I would take that thing apart. Never was good at basically modding Nintendo systems, just wasn't. And they have like 40,000 crews, and they keep people from going and touching their stuff. Probably going to put like a pretty cool docking system for it. That's pretty much it. But no, I ain't going into that. Yeah, certain systems I will not go into. I am not going into a Nintendo. No. Besides, you don't hear about a lot of Nintendo's bricking. I mean, basically, yeah, you had the saxophone era where you had to blow on the cartridge, but yeah, you don't hear a lot about them bricking or overheating. Because they don't have all those crazy parts in there, that's why. But yeah, we got some. I get these messages from this guy. He's in the room right now. He's actually in the room. He's our number one hater. He's in the room right now. He texts my phone and he rants about a lot of stuff, man. It's funny. All his stuff is getting posted. We got a site where we're going to have him at. The game site that we have, he's definitely going on there. He's our number one ranter. He cries about everything. Judging by his voice, he has to be somewhere in the 50 mark. He's in the 50 mark. He's not young. He's in the 50 mark somewhere, judging by his voice. He's the one that says he's going to sue me for 100,000,000 or something crazy. He said out of his mouth, something weird. Number didn't exist. That's him. But he's just very bitter, bitter dude. I bet you $100 that you sit outside in your front door with a freaking fold-up chair and scream at people with a megaphone. Probably does it. Hey you! Yeah you! You're not supposed to wear white after Labor Day. How dare you? He's just always ranting and carrying on and screaming at me. Dude, I think seriously, you got anger management issues. You got anger issues at the end of the day? I think that's what it is. You know what it is? Your wife is tired of you. She don't want to listen to you no more. She's just tired of you. So now you just randomly just yell at random people on YouTube. Anyone that'll bend the ear. That's what he does. But he comes out here screaming like, first of all, the architecture structure of the PS system, I think they know what they're doing. Yeah, they know what they're doing, right? So let me get this straight. So all those people that sat there on YouTube that displayed their systems that were burning out left and right, yeah, they knew what they were doing, right? Okay. All right. What we call those type of people who basically believe everything that the corporation tell you. Oh, wait, hold on for a minute. It's on the tip of my tongue. Sheep. That's what we call them. They're sheep at the end of the day. He is a sheep. Bah. That's what you are. Because at the end of the day, whatever the corporation tells you, you just bend over backwards and just basically just let them do what they want to do to you. Because they do. They're going to rip you off on every level you could possibly think of. They don't care about the fan base. I'm sorry, they just don't. They care about money. That's it. If they cared about the fan base, they would have made it so, knowing what happened the first time with the scalpers, they would have made it so that these systems would have been done differently, especially the 30th anniversary units. Kind of like they're almost like they were expecting it to happen or wishing it to happen. Because think about it. I mean, if I own a business and I basically have a gaming business at the end of the day, and I know that I'm guaranteed to sell out. I'm guaranteed to get my money at the end of the day because these scalpers are going to buy it myself. And I know that they're not going to argue about the price. They're not going to argue about what we got. And they don't argue about none of it. They're just going to buy. That's it. Would I be designing games for the fans that are going to sit there and ridicule me on every little thing, or that's not right, or this is not right, or if we try to do something sneaky, they're going to catch us on it? They're going to start designing games for those scalpers, I guarantee you. And they're going to make it easier and easier for them to get access in. And for those people who sit there and say, oh, but that's not true, it happened already. You went through that mess with that PS5 fiasco. And then the 30th anniversary, they didn't make it so difficult for someone to get one of those systems. They wiped it out. That's what a lot of people were sitting there pointing the finger at, like, wait a minute, we've been through this before. If somebody comes in and kicks in your front door, you have a wooden door up there, and someone's able to kick it in, what's your next step? Do you go out and buy the same wooden door, or do you go out and buy a reinforced steel door with a steel frame? That's what you do. You upgrade. So that way, when that person comes back to kicking your door, he's going to have a pretty rough time getting through it. You don't put the same rickety door back up there like, I'm just going to put this rickety door up here. Matter of fact, forget it, let's put a screen door up there. Yeah, we're going to put a baseball bat right next to the door so I have an easy time just pushing right through it. You don't do that. So why in the world would you make it so that you said that they'll have to go in and use a different account? What do you think they use to get this first system? They use multiple accounts to go in. Buy the systems up. There you go. So, that being said, the only way they're going to be able to fix that for you guys is they're going to have to make it so people have to come in and pick them up. That's what's going to happen. But that's not the only problem you have. That was a PlayStation store they hit, which pretty much that was kind of personal. Like when you think about it, they didn't hit Walmart like that. They didn't hit Amazon like that. They hit the PlayStation store. This is sure that you can't go anywhere. They'll get what they'll have to get. And they took everything. They took the disk drives, controllers. They took it all. So, I don't know, man. That's a lot right there, to tell you the truth. That's too much drama for me. That's way too much drama. I hate to say it, but console's drama. It's too much drama. It's a 24-hour soap opera. I can't deal with it. Until they get this mess fixed, I'm going to play on my PS4. I am doing a mod out one of the consoles, so a PS5 is, I can get my hands to that one. And it's a shame I got to say regular, right? And you can't say next gen because it's not even next gen anymore. But regular. And I got to pick up an Xbox system because I definitely want to mod one of those out. And I'm definitely getting Nintendo Switch. Now, out of those console systems, which do I plan to play? Nintendo Switch. I'm not touching the Xbox. I have no interest in that whatsoever. I'm just getting it to take it apart and mod it out real nice and put it up on a shelf somewhere for decoration. And PlayStation, no, I have no point in playing with that either. I'm building a gaming PC, and the only thing I see right now that's worth my time out of console would be the Switch. You know why? You don't find Nintendo games on PC. It's rare. Like, you don't find them. Like, they don't lease them out like that. PlayStation goes over to PC. Xbox goes over to PC. Nintendo, no. So that's why I would just go buy a Nintendo Switch, because I know at the end of the day that I could basically game on that, because they'll have games on there I can't find on PC. There you go. So the other two systems, I'm just going to hook them up, have them on display, and show them off, and that's basically about it. I know the console gamers get mad, like, oh no. So what are you calling my system? What are you calling it? What are you calling it? That's a bigger question. You own one. What are you calling it? Well, I can't play for long periods of hours because I'm afraid my system's going to go out on? No. I can't leave that sucker on. Try leaving that thing on for a couple of days. Matter of fact, leave it on for as long as I left when these PCs on. I left my PC on for almost about a month. Now, if I'm able to take it apart, which I might have to, oh, great goodness, so many freaking parts in that thing. My goodness, there's so many parts. Just can't make it easy, can we? Just freaking motherboard and liquid cooling and just be done with it. The 360s were easy like that. They would just pop the board out, be done. But this one, man, they made sure you guys don't go in these boards, man. They put so many screws in there, so many. I was just thinking about that on the way back. I was thinking that, man, if they basically get a console system just like a PC, just like it, it still won't be PC because you have to pay for the online subscription. Now, I'm getting mine for experimental uses with that PlayStation. I'm curious, these games, will they allow me to go in and manipulate the graphics? Would I be you can't do all that? You can't shade your graphics and add more depth to them and all that stuff. You know, the machines allow you to do that, so you can't change programs, because if you change that, at the end of the day, you do any coding, encryption, any modding whatsoever, you're getting banned. So I don't have that freedom either. Okay. You don't see it. You know what it is? It's just the angry gamer at the end of the day, of course, the console's going to be the more superior piece. Let me explain something to you. When you finally switched over to PC, you'll see it. You'll be like, oh, shoot, you got all this freedom? Really? And things will change for you. Instead of you being trapped in 2 rooms in a 13-bedroom house, and you can't even go in any of the rooms, including the backyard or front yard, once you get a PC, you're like, wow, I didn't know this was in that room. Oh my goodness, we got a room over there. And there's a room where I can go in the basement. Oh my goodness, there's an attic in this dip. Unfreaking believable. Oh my goodness, look at the backyard. Oh, there's a front yard and a driveway. You'll be able to do that. Yep. Oh, by the way, majority of your DLCs will be free. Like right now for Dying Light, I had somewhere between 13 free DLCs. They give them to you for free. So if a game's been out for a while, so you're paying for it, like I'm doing console, you get it for free over there. And free skins and all that stuff like that, yeah. You heard the guy basically was talking about the system he's bringing out. But basically, it's all about the gamer. And that basically we're not paying for skins and none of that stuff. And certain levels and stuff. We're getting all that free. Free, baby, free. And everybody likes free. You know why? Because free is better. That's like, funny. My friend at the game store, the person who owns, not the game store, the sneaker store, the guy who owns is he's a rich guy. My buddy would come in with 2 hamburgers. And he would come up to, and he would eat one of his hamburgers. He was getting the money later on. We eat one of his hamburgers, right? And he's like, why? Why would you eat my hamburger? You're rich. You have money. He said, yes, but free tastes better. Free tastes better. It does. Oh, I need the knife for this. It's Halloween, people. What you doing today? What you doing? Some of your kids gonna go trick-or-treating today, right? Yep. Taking the little monsters out. That's awesome. Let's be safe and be careful out there. It's a holiday for somebody else too. You definitely will be out there all days. Just be careful with your little buggers. Be safe out there. I say, quite frankly, I mean, when I was coming up, we did the whole Halloween thing, but you can only go to certain houses because my mom knew everybody in the neighborhood. You can't go to no weird houses at the end of the day. You never know what you're going to do because, again, people still did weird stuff back then. They did it today, even worse today. You got to take the candy down to get an x-ray. My mom was a nurse, so she would take it down and get it all x-rayed and stuff like that for us. But, it's just based having a little Halloween party for the kids. Bring them over, have a Halloween party for them, you know what I mean? They all dress up and stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool. Gives parents a chance to mingle, get to know each other at the end of the day. Kids get to come over and have fun. They're going to watch The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, inside or outside. That's where our technology sells. We sell just a lot of screens around Halloween because people go outside and have a little Halloween party. It's warm. Where we're at is warm. So then they're going to have like little Halloween parties out here. But anyway, cool. You can go and watch The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. The Disney version is funny as I know what. But yeah, I think that'd be cool. Don't let them buy for apples. So whatever you do, do not let your kids buy. You're going to come back with all kinds of colds and everything else. They're going to get sick. You're going to get sick. And they're going to go to work. You know how nasty that is, bobbing for apples? And I didn't really think about that. I'm glad I never did it. But I didn't think about that until one day I was just sitting there thinking like, ew, that would be nasty. Because you think about it in your head about how nasty bobbing for apples. But back then it was a big thing. Mom was coming up. She was born in 1936 or 39, so in that era. And that was a big popular thing, you and your girl drinking from the two different straws in the same drink. Oh, makes my stomach turn. The fondue pot of the 80s, disgusting. I don't care how scalding that cheese is. That's nasty, very nasty. Bunch of people with metal forks or poles or whatever sticking in the cherries and chocolate into one pot. That's disgusting. That's gross. But anyway. And then that bobbing for apple ordeal where a bunch of people with their mouths wide open are just, you do know that. This is going to gross you out a little bit. It is. Saliva is active in your mouth 24/7. That you got cotton mouth and you got saliva in your mouth. And you got your mouth all wide. Look, Sparky, the dog is doing it too. And somebody does that to Sparky and you wonder why you're all wake up with pink eye. That's nasty, people. Nasty. But at the time, people didn't think it was nasty. But it's nasty. Anyway. You want to do bobbing for apples? Here's what you do. Get a couple screws, put it up something, I don't know, hang a couple of apples, have them on a piece of string, and you have to try to bite them. Kind of hard to do, same thing scenario, except your mouth is someone else's saliva. Ugh. And then that whole drinking out of two straws at the same, oh, that's so nasty, it makes my stomach hurt so badly. That's gross, so freaking gross. I mean, if you're going to do that whole two-straw thing, at least put a divider in the middle of the cup somewhere. You drink one, and I still don't want to do that. That's still nasty. I still don't want to do it. When something spills over, oh, that's gross. Now I feel like I want to throw up. That's a topic I definitely shouldn't have thought of. But anyway, I don't know, it was a big thing back in the 50s, Your guess meant you were going to study. Y'all both drank out of the same container. Oh my God, I'm going to study with Daniel Parker. Yes, what happened? Drink out of the same cup. That's nasty. Very nasty. I'm glad I'm basically a bit of a germophobic on all this stuff. Yeah, get your own drink at the end of the day. Here, I remember one time I had a girl bring it to me. She drink out of the same cup. No, here's $5. Get your own drink at the end of the day. Drink out of my freaking cup at the end of the day. That's nasty. At the end of the day. Yeah. My skin crawl right now thinking about that. Now, some people may think that's a beautiful thing. Two people drinking out of the cup together. It's a beautiful thing. It means love. It means you sitting up there in a clinic somewhere thinking why you got pink eye and why your throat hurts when you talk. My throat hurts when it talks. What happened? I kissed this girl and she gave me something. Or I kissed this guy and he gave me something. And all girls, guys, give me stuff too. Yeah. Now, for those people in the day, say, well, Mr. Bird, what about you? What about me? At the end of the day, I don't fornicate at the end of the day. I don't do that. We don't do that. We don't do that. I take women out. We go out and eat. We chill, have fun. I like to enjoy the company of a woman from time to time, but I'm not sleeping with you. I'm not doing that at the end of the day. Because you don't know who that person been with. You don't know who that person been with, and that person been with that. And next you know, you got all kinds of problems at the end of the day. No. You're not doing that. That's the reason why those rules were put in place, that you're not supposed to do that until you're married. And by then, you're married. But all that other nonsense, no. Yeah, Fort. Put your hand on my shoulder. Ooh, do. Put your head on my shoulder. Yeah, I remember these jerks were sitting there contacting my phone, little creepos. Tell me, you gotta get yourself a girlfriend, blah, 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 blah. What? Be in a situation you're in right now? No, I'm good. And heck, if you like it, that's for you. It's not for me at the end of the day. I like to have my own free will. That's me. That's what I like. Don't try to push your pains on me at the end of the day. Because when you're sitting in your garage yelling in your cars and they go, I wish I was never in this relationship to be here. Yeah. Hey, good luck with all that. That's not me. I can take beautiful women out, eat, go out and chill, have a good time, and that's it. You're going home. And I do not plan to get married any way whatsoever. Don't need it. See, Jesus on the planet fornicating and doing that stuff? No, you didn't. No kidding. See, this is why you end up at the clinic. This is why you have all these problems at the end of the day from doing things you should not have been doing to begin with. You know, a lot of people die from AIDS and all kinds of stuff, different kinds of diseases and stuff, because they want to go out there and do their own thing. The consequences for basically breaking laws and God's rules. At the end of the day, there's consequences behind that. Some of those consequences can be reversed and some will not be. So yeah, all that sleeping around and carrying on and everything, yeah. Another thing I can understand, what the freak is going on with these women today? Like, what the freak, really? Every time I watch any video, there's always some woman half naked. Like, they got to do that to sell something at the end of the day? Really? Like, either they wearing it coming in, I swear, I don't even know how y'all deal with that nonsense. This is your girlfriend coming on camera, showing half of her back end, cooking food for you, and you find that entertainment at the end of the day. Oh, well. You know, I was taught at the end of the day that you keep those things between you and your boyfriend or your husband at the end of the day. You don't let the world see your goodies. That's the way I was brought up. You know, if you want to show it off like that, then you for the streets at the end of the day. You ain't for me. You know what I mean? I could never understand that nonsense. The women now, they got to be half naked just to sell something. So you're really going to do that to yourself at the end of the day? Personally speaking, to you women out there, do you have any idea, the women before you, how hard they fought so you can have opportunities in life? There's a lot of women. Go study your history about women's right, the women's movement, on what they went through so you could have a better life. Because at one point, you didn't get jack at all, period. You couldn't even vote. You couldn't do nothing. Couldn't even work, get a job, not a thing. You were meant to stay home barefoot and pregnant. That's what the rule was at one point. So people had to stand up for that. Now you're up there shaking your butt all over the place. And they wonder why nobody wants to be with you. No one wants to start a life with you. I would never, ever start a life with a woman who's all over YouTube and TikTok, shaking her butt all over the place. There's no way in the world. Nope. Somebody that can be discreet, quiet, stay to themselves at the end of the day and don't need a flash like that. You don't need to show that to be beautiful. You really don't. You really don't. And then you wonder why men look past your personality and all your freaking criteria and things that you have that you can offer because they're too busy looking at you like a piece of meat. You don't have to show all that at the end of the day. You really don't. Same theory about the bathing suits. I would never understand it either as long as I freaking live. I go to the beach every day. You've got to be freaking kidding me. Yeah, half naked on the beach. The whole entire behind is way out there for everybody to see. Everybody can see that. I swear, if I saw that much of my mother, I think I would hang myself. But I just look at that. These women just walking around, butt all out in the open, right out there. Just bam, all out there. That's disgusting. You know why it's disgusting? I'll tell you why. I'll put my charge on my phone. It's disgusting because no one needs to see all that. I don't care if you got an amazing body at the end of the day. You can keep that at the street, look nice at the beach, look beautiful at the same time, and not look like that at the end of the day. And this is the part I understand, because I asked a few of my friends that do wear these crazy bathing suits at the end of the day. I was like, let me ask you a question. So, a guy comes in your house to work on something, and you're in your bra and underwear, and you run upstairs. There you go. You run upstairs because you're half naked, right? What's the difference between that and the beach? Ask that question. That's a good one to answer. Ask, what's the difference between that and the beach? Because when you're on the beach, you're half naked. I met a couple of nice women at the end of the day. They didn't go for all that skin nonsense. Beautiful short set, bathing setup. Because I thought that was very nice, very respectable way to go to the beach. I'm not talking about going 1920s where basically you can't show your ankles or any of that, but you can dress and wear something very respectful and not have your butt hanging out all over the place. You got other men looking at your butt, and your man's with you, and he's letting other men. This is disgusting altogether. I'll tell you one thing. Next time the Lord asks me at the end of the day something I would like, I want to build a rocket ship. I'm leaving Earth. The next time he asks me, say, hey, what knowledge would you like to know? I want to know how to build a rocket ship. I'm done. Going to another planet. Two things. I want a rocket ship and I want a planet I can live on. And I'm out. Going on a trip on a big old rocket ship and taking the freak off. Y'all can have this planet at the end of the day. Good luck with it all. I don't see the purpose in that. I don't. I'm just happy that any of the females that I dated down through time never did that. Didn't have this stuff all hanging out like that. They didn't. Because they had a lot of respect for themselves. And yes, some women are going to be upset and angry. But it's my body. I do what I want to do at the end of the day. And da 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 da. Yeah, it is your body at the end of the day. It really is. But I'd rather have that respect line at the end of the day. Because I'm going to explain something to you. So you'll notice when you go out and drink and party and carry on and act up and do all that crazy stuff. Remember, companies can get access to your Facebook, your Instagram, and all that. And they will judge you on this, whether or not you're good for their business. And you can actually lose a job over something that you showing on Facebook, or you shaking your butt or half dressed, shaking your butt, tatas all over the place. You can lose an application. Someone won't hire you. People go on spring break. You went to school and you did all that studying, bust your butt to get all those grades just to go to spring break, get in trouble, get locked up. You know, once you get a record at the end of the day, you get locked up. They ask you to go to court. That goes on record right there from the door. Even if you were acquitted of charges, it's still on record. It happened. So this can stop you from getting a job, especially a job that's pretty much something you basically went to school and you studied very hard to do. But on top of that, you'll have pictures. Everybody has cell phones. There are going to be pictures of you half naked doing God knows whatever all over TikTok and Instagram or whatever. And you go to apply for a job and they go, well, they're going to tell you to your face, or you're just going to say it in a nice way. We look for a certain type of people that we want to represent our company. And I just feel like this is not the moment for us right now. Other words, they're saying, we went to your Facebook account and we saw some jacked up stuff on there and we don't want you associated with our business. I'm going to tell you something. I'm running a Christian building at the business at the end of the day, and it pops up on my feed or anything. And I see one of my employees over there half naked and, oh, no, I'm sorry, but we can't hire you. Now, you can't fire that person because that's wrong, because that person's done their own time at the end of the day. But if you're going to, for me to hire you to get a job from me, that's a different story. That's a different story. It's a difference between the two. If you already have somebody hired and you find to do something, you can just, can't do much about it. To tell you the truth, honestly, you really can't. But if you're in the process of hiring them, you can deny their application right there from the door. And I had a friend of mine, she is a voluptuous built woman, and she was caught doing something at a club. And it ended up being recorded. Mind you, companies will request to get access to your accounts. They will. And she was working, doing a very important job, a high-end job that she was looking on acquiring. She would have got it. She basically fit what they needed to be to do that job. But they went in her account and they saw something they didn't like, and she didn't get the job. Her mother had to break it down to her and explain to her why she didn't get that job. Because she was a shoo-in to get it. But they thought she would be bad for the job. And that's why when I see people there on spring break doing dumb stuff, I understand you want to have fun. You can have fun and let loose. Just don't break any laws and get in trouble. And then later on, some of you will be going to spring break and having fun. Some of you will come back pregnant. Yeah, you'll come back pregnant. Some of you will come back with diseases that will make your life extremely uncomfortable because you got drunk and just slept with anybody. Some of you will get raped. Horrible, but it does happen. People get raped, killed. All kinds of stuff goes down there. Lucky ones have a little fun, have a little bit of memory of some crazy stuff they did when they were young, and they go home and they go back in school and they basically get a career, and that's the end of it. Maybe they'll talk about it to their kids about what not to do in spring break, but guess what? That nightmare comes back to you either way. You know why? Because your kids have to go to college. They're going to spring break, and they did anything that you did, this is going to get a freak out. So it kind of basically comes back to pay you. This is what we call karma, because it's going to come back to you. Because now you're going to think about the dumb stuff you did when you were down there and how you carried on and act up. And now you're hoping that your young ones don't do the exact same thing. So when your mother was sitting there worried about you going down to spring break, now you got to repeat the process. That's the calling of karma. You're going to go through the same thing she went through. Doesn't that suck? Yep. Well, hey, comes a part of it. That's it. But anyway, yeah. Doing stuff like that, you'll end up having things come back to haunt you. Like people want to go up and become Senate or president or whatever they're elected for. People find stuff on you. They dig things up and say, hey, look, we found them at a party, toking, drinking, carrying on, fighting. Yeah, they'll find stuff on you. Yeah, she really will. And they'll turn around and they'll use it right against you. This is some really good paint. I like this. This apple barrel is good. Got them apple barrel jeans with them boots. That's the same song. It's different. But anyway, yeah. Yep. Now, did any of my family go to spring break? No, not one of them didn't go. Nope. They just didn't see they were working. They went out and got jobs. Got to pay for stuff at the end of the day. They had no time for no games. At the end of the day, they ain't time for it. And, their friends thought they were squares and all at the end of the day, but they got houses, they got careers, they got jobs, they drive nice cars, they go on vacation to nice places at the end of the day. They're investing in their future. They don't play around with that at the end of the day. It's not a game for them. Do I have a little fun, a little here and there? That's basically about it. But when it comes down to it, man, they're about that future. Let's make this money so I can drive these nice cars, get this nice house, go on vacation to foreign lands, do all that good stuff, be to give the best to my kids. That's what they're about. I ain't trying to get down here and get no record. And you got some people did that. They ignored all that and went out and got what they had to get. Get what you got to get. I'm not saying don't be ruckus and have a little fun. You're young, yeah. But don't do stupid stuff that's going to mess up your future either. Remember, you're not going to be young forever. Someday you got to grow up and you got to become an adult. And this is where things are going to matter. This is where that money's going to matter. You want to get a nice house. You want a good education for your kids. college is your investment right there. If you're in college, it's an investment. Or any trade school you're in, that's your investment. You're investing in yourself. And that's what you're doing. That's why I like the fine paintbrush. I love these things because you can get the detail in it. The detail, baby. The detail. I love the detail. I must appreciate the detail. Yep, I gotta get me a lazy Susan. I need one so badly. I just spin stuff around like bing. And so anyway, well, I don't like to be boring. Doesn't have to be boring at the end of the day. None of it has to be boring. Just don't want to mess it up, do you? It's like training for a race, right? And the minute you get to the startup, to take off, you trip, fall flat on your face, and you can't seem to get back up. And by the time you do get up, race is already long started. You want to make sure you get a head start. You're building for your life. That's what you're doing. Building for your future generations. That's what you're doing. One of my brother's kids is a chef, 5-star chef, big time. And he sat there and posted, never went to spring break, but I can travel and go anywhere I want. You make that money. He was working on a cruise ship for a while. So how you like that? There's moments. It has its moments. Yeah, it has its moments when them storms pop up. That's when it has its moments. I couldn't do it. A cruise ship would probably be fun as I don't know what, but I don't know. I couldn't do it. It's still a tiny boat. I know you look at it as a giant boat. Not compared to the ocean, it's not. It's still a tiny little boat to the ocean. Consider how big the ocean is. Still a tiny boat. And that'd be cool, but I'm telling you, it would be hard to do. Teleportation. That would be sick, just like on Star Trek. That'd be sick. Because they had to break down your molecules and put them all back together again. And he had to run the risk, like the fly incident that went on with that nonsense, where basically he had a fly in the unit, and basically when transferring over, his molecules got mixed over the fly. That's pretty messed up right there. So there's a number of things that go wrong. I mean, it breaks down your molecules. I mean, you can come back and be put back together the wrong way, like having a foot come out of your forehead or something like that. So that would be crazy. But imagine if they mastered that and got it right. Like they literally got it right. Do you have any idea evacuations, how fast they would be? Like if you're on a plane that's going down, you can literally teleport the entire crew someplace else. That'd be pretty cool. Heck, you could even teleport the plane if you wanted to, so the plane doesn't crash anywhere and cause any damage or harm to anybody. You could do that. Because you have to teleport the pilots and all that. Or if you're on a boat and a boat's sinking or basically having some problems with storage, you just teleport everybody off. That would be freaking cool. In a burning building, can't get out, teleportation. That'd be pretty cool. See, instead of working on this whole outer space thing, how about we design some of that cool stuff? Now, I already seen the 3D food printing. Yes, that's gross. That's gross. It does sound like the replicator. It does. It literally sounds like the replicator for Star Trek. It does. And then you look on the Fifth Element, they had pills. This giant pill they would stick in there, and put a little water in, and boom, all this food would just pop up. And people are like, well, how come we don't have that? That would be cool. I don't think cloning animals is a good idea. I think it's gross. Definitely gross. I would never eat a cloned sheep or anything whatsoever. And that's what freaks me out about fast food restaurants, because I think sometimes fast food restaurants experience like that freaking Hanger burger. What the freak was that all about? I didn't eat it. I did not go near a Hanger. They said it was something else, like some kind of llama or something, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I would go near it whatsoever. Then she want to get to the movie called Children of the Food of the Gods. You ever seen that thing before? Oh, that's an interesting movie at the end of the day. It's really crazy. I saw part one and part two. It's a cult classic. Not like cult like the devil, it's like cult like classic. It was actually freaking amazing. So basically, these scientists got this idea of trying to figure out how to make food bigger. Okay, if you make food like a giant tomato, there's how many people can eat off a giant tomato, a giant banana, or apple. So they got this idea of coming up with these ingredients, right? Technically, it's been around for hundreds of centuries, but basically it was hidden somewhere, and these guys figured out exactly where it was at. And long story short, they decided to use this stuff and to make giant, like a lot of food to cure world hunger, you know. But it had some bad things that came with it. Of course, most things, that's why they didn't use it anymore. That's why they tucked it deep away in some tomb somewhere. Because if you take an apple and it happens to have a rodent in it, like a bug or something bites into it, guess what? They become a part of the food of the gods. So this thing triggered off giant mosquitoes. It triggered off giant worms, rabbits. What was the other thing they had a problem with? Was the rats? I think rats was another one they had a problem with rats. Giant chicken, some crazy stuff. And it was a little boy. A little boy ate freaking the fruit. I don't know how it got there, but he ended up eating from this fruit. And this kid came out, he was about 3 years old, and it turned out he was like something like 7, 8 feet tall. It was crazy. Crazy. The mosquitoes are the ones that freaked me out. Not so much, I would say, the freaking giant rabbits or frogs and stuff. Because, you know, hey, I mean, if you got the basically firepower, you can take it down with no problem. But them giant mosquitoes, oh my goodness, these things were freaking huge. And they found this guy in his Volkswagen shriveled up like a freaking raisin. Oh, like, gee whiz Louise. Some things were creepy looking. Spiders. Yeah, there was some nasty stuff, man. Some nasty stuff, man. But yeah, it's called Food of the Gods. It's an old movie from back in the day. Like the movie called Stuff. You ever seen the movie called Stuff? That's a good one. It's a really, really good one. This is a really, really good one. There's some scary movies you can watch. You're just not going to be demonic. But Stuff was actually really freaking good. You'll never eat yogurt again, I'll tell you that much. You won't go near anything yogurt. No, nothing white, anything. You wouldn't touch it ever again. Not say ever again. You probably would, but it's kind of jacked up. So, basically, alien parasite somehow landed on Earth. And this guy, homeless guy, found it first. It was oozing out of the ground. Now, why would you take your finger and stick it in something and lick it? I guess it must have a scent to it or something that gives off that makes you want to eat it. It has to be. Because you're like, man, what's this weird stuff coming out of the ground? It's like bubbly, kind of like a white yogurt. And I guess it must have a scent to it, because who else would just go, wow, bubbly stuff, let me stick it. Yeah. No one would ever do that. So he sticks his finger, and it's the most amazing taste, man. It tantalizes your soul. It's just freaking incredible. And it made people addicted to this stuff. So he was one who became the millionaire. He was a homeless guy. He found this stuff, and this stuff was oozing out of the ground. And he started basically capping his stuff off and basically selling it. But here's the thing: he was with 3 other people, and the 3 other people were trying to taste it too. He killed the three. No, he killed 2 of them, and it was just him. He killed them too, hid their bodies, and later on you see his face up on the side of this poster, and it's stuff he called Stuff. That's what it was called. He murdered 2 people. But anyway, Stuff was a parasite, and people were buying it, and they just couldn't stop. And you just see people just eating it. They eat it every day, morning, noon, and night. And the guy would come home, be nothing in the refrigerator but stuff. And supermarkets were going out of business, and the only way they could make money was to sell stuff. So the people that were a part of this whole corporation, it was like 5 people that were involved in this, including the guy who found it. They were making millions and trillions of dollars off this stuff, and people just couldn't stop eating it. So this guy and his family, his wife got hooked onto it. His kids got hooked onto it. He wouldn't touch it. Like, he wasn't into that kind of stuff. And his wife kept trying to come, oh, you gotta try it. It's the best thing you ever had. So and so and so. And he kept telling her no, So that night he goes downstairs, and he notices that there's no food in the house. It's all stuff. Everything in there is stuff. And he's in the kitchen. He goes to open up the door, and this container falls off whatever she had on. I don't know what it was on, but it fell, and it spilled out. And this thing, basically, he watched it go back into the container and put the lid back on. And yeah, when he saw it, he was like, oh my goodness, like what the freak is this stuff? And later on, he found other people that shared the same opinion, where they thought that maybe this stuff was some kind of parasite or some kind of alien creature or whatever it was. But long story short, they were able to get, I mean, they weren't there to go through some crap. They had to go through some crap, but they were able to get in front of a news cast and show what this stuff was. It reacted to fire. So basically, when you lit it on fire, this thing went in all different directions. Like it had little hands that were stretching out and everything, little face. It was disgusting. It was pretty weird. And then everybody realized all over the world what it was. And then you just see the army step in, and they were just taking huge landfills and throwing this up and setting on fire with flamethrowers, because that's how you kill it. And later on, after the world's trying to recover and get back to eating regular food, you know what I mean, they're starting these programs to feed people and everything to get them back to normal. They find the 4 people that were involved in this whole mess, and they come in the room, and one woman has a gun. They both all have guns on and said, no, we got something for you, and you're going to eat all of it, every bit of it. And the guy was like, I'm not eating that. You can't make me eat that. He says, why? What's wrong with it? He says, oh, because it's an alien parasite. He pulls up the gun and sticks to it and cocks it. And the guy puts his hands up, and they serve him this stuff. And you look at it, you see in the room there's a bunch of it, but as they peer out the door, there's just rows and rows and rows of stuff. And the thing about it, the crazy thing about it, when he starts eating it that fast, they start going into this like kind of like they're starving. They can't get enough of it, and that's what it does. It starves you, like you can't get enough, and they're just eating. And as they walk away, they're eating to death on this stuff. It's crazy. It's called Stuff. It's an old movie back in the day. Yeah, but I had Jack here for yogurt for a long time. Like going yogurt? No, I'm good. Mayonnaise? No, I'm good. I'm good, Jack. Ice cream? No, I'm good. I'm good. Yep. Let's call it Stuff. You got the stuff, man? I got the stuff. You got the stuff? We got the stuff. We got the stuff. This is a good paintbrush. Usually I like the ones that basically they're cheap, and then you can see them basically, they bristle out, and that just messes up your work pretty bad. The horsehair brushes are the best. I think they are. Now we're going to go over 2 areas with this. First, we're going with a little dark blue, and then we're going to go back over with a little light tracing of glow-in-the-dark paint to highlight it all. But you got to give it a personality. You got to remember, it's beautiful. It's artwork. You got to make it a personality. I would love to be an art teacher. I was just talking about that to my sister. She's like, you can volunteer to teach art classes for little kids. I'm going to teach little kids art classes, because they're the ones got the cool minds. I mean, I understand, yeah, but their minds are evolving to design their ideas, you know what I mean? They don't have I can't do this and can't do that. They're always thinking of something different, something new. So definitely want to build on that. And we can basically build some cool stuff. Definitely going to teach them how to build PCs. It's definitely going to happen. Definitely going to build PCs. Today, children, we're going to build a PC. Yes, sir. Yep. I'm going to teach them how to build computers. It's a good profession to get into. You know, for people saying, well, you know, hey, look, I'm going to tell you something. See my projector mapping applications? Guess what I run that off? I don't run it off a console. I run it off a PC. That hologram technology I'm working on? Guess what? I have to run that thing off PC. That's why. You can make money off your machine. And again, no one's saying that you have to sell out on console at the end of the day. Good grief. That's got to be the hardcore fanboys at the end of the day. Who says, no, never. I'll never convert content to PC. Never. Funny thing about it, don't you have one at your job? All right then. You got to be around either way. But I don't game off of it. I don't game off of it. Yeah, it's true. Touche. Touche. But you should convert. You not convert, but you should try it. You don't know. I do both. I do console and I do PC. There are some people who do PC and they don't do console at all. I do both. I like both systems. You know why? Because I game, baby. I game. That's what I do. Think you're not a real gamer? I consider you not being a real gamer if you don't game on all consoles. because you should. I've had Xboxes, I had the PlayStation, I had Nintendo, I had all that stuff, man. I had everything. If you're voice up a real gamer, you game on everything. Like, how dare you? He's probably texting my phone right now. I know he's in his room. He's in right now, probably texting me right now, talking about, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Dude, get a job as a soap opera, because you cry a lot. This guy comes on. I told you, he texts me all the time, crying. I could change my number, but we find your stuff funny. It's hilarious. I be sharing it with my people. They be crying. They be sharing it with their people. They be crying. And he contacts us with fake numbers all the time, of course. He be saying, pick up the phone, you coward. Dude, you have a crush on me or something? You text me a lot. You text me more than most women I know. You text me a lot. I think you got a crush on me. I think that's what it is. You might have a crush on me. You got the whole Dear Shady complex disorder in there writing stuff with a rap beat attached to it. I know you in the room. You know why I know? Because you be ranting to me back about things I previously talked about. Right now, he be ranting back, upset and angry. I gotta ask a question. Do you own a diary? And when you're writing your diary, by any chance, are you wearing pigtails? I have to ask that question because, come on, man. Seriously. I mean, being here just ranting, just freaking contacting me, just rant. Emotions all high and everything at the end of the day. I wouldn't be surprised you was sitting there in some Tickle Me Elmo footy pajamas with freaking pigtails on, talking about, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you? I bet you probably talk to your wife every day about me. I guarantee you. She'd be like, gee whiz, you in love with this guy? You've been talking about him a lot. He probably talked to his friends about me and everything. This guy on YouTube, I hate him. I think you got like some kind of love-hate relationship from me. You're just weird. If I don't like someone's opinion at the end of the day, I'm not texting them. I'm not even emailing them. I'm not even going to their YouTube channel and have that conversation. Just no, we're not doing that. I have better things to do with my time. That's it. That's it. Right there. Ooh, that came out nice. Didn't that came out nice? That came out nice. Brown, 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 brown. So this is color shade. Color shade 1. You got to put multiple shades on this. It's the first application. Ooh, this paint is cream. I like it. I like it. It's got nice shine too. It's not too dull. It's beautiful. I like it. Bam, bam. Oh, get the cup out of the way. You can't see it. Now we're doing a little dance here. There we go. Kabam. 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 It's like, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you? I mean, am I supposed to entertain him? I'm supposed to sit there and basically at the end of the day cry about it at the end of the day? I don't know what he expects from me. I gotta get you a nickname though. I'm just gonna call you Town Crier. That's pretty much what you do. Look, man, let me explain something to you. You contact me and curse me out and all. That don't bother me. We laugh at you. You know that? Every time I feel like, yo, did that nut job contact you again? I say, here you go right there. We got some fresh ones right here. We laugh at you. We don't take you seriously at all, period. You're an angry old dude, mad at the end of the day at me because I talked about a console system or I talk about games or my screen paint. To my all your screen paint's trash at the end of the day. It makes more money than you make. I'll tell you that much. And sit there and make a comment like that at the end of the day. I make far more than you do. Give me a YouTube channel. Let's have a look at it. Post your YouTube look. And pop back, you're going to call somebody a coward at the end of the day. Post your YouTube at the bottom of this video. I bet you don't even show up there. First things first, let me explain something to you. You got to learn how to spell. Because we have got messages from you can't spell for jack. Another thing too is we listen to your voice on. You sound like a little bit more like Hank Hill and Boomhauer together. You get on there and you said 100,000 million. That don't even make any sense. And so you don't know numbers correctly. Can't spell, don't know numbers, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to go on a limb by saying maybe you can read. I don't know. I'm not going to give you the credit for it, but I'm pretty sure it's probably somewhere around there. I don't know. I'm saying if you're going basic, call yourself. Oh, look at these little ones. I know we got that. If you're going to call yourself at the end of the day trying to embarrass somebody, try to spell first, learn how to spell first. And that's another thing, too, I got to ask them today. You didn't graduate. You couldn't have graduated. There is no way in the world, no school on the right planet would have basically passed you with your writing being that bad. So you didn't graduate at all. I can tell that. Because unless the school system failed you and they failed you badly, then there's something's wrong there. As the guy sent me one time, he sent me a message about sock. You paint sock. Oh. The other one, he can't write either. He can't. And then, if you want to get mad at me at the end of the day and say, hey, look, you shouldn't be busting on my handwriting, well, hey, don't contact people, insulting them at the end of the day, being nasty and rude, and you want to get mad at you because they laugh at you because you can't read, write, or spell. And then I won't do math. Basic math. I mean, basic math. Who the freak doesn't know how many courses? Now, not the same person. He's not involved in this, but the other one, too. None of them seem to have, they did something wrong with them. Like, one's making up stuff, calling him a philosopher, so he lives in the land of make-believe. The other one is blind, can't write, can't spell, doesn't know math at the end of the day. 2 quarts of my products paints up a 300-inch screen, equivalents of 3 100-inch screens. Again, no, that's not going to happen. Sister says, how many quarts are going to go into a gallon? 2, 4, 6, 8. Where the freak do you come up with 8? Where do you come up with 6? Or 2? So he doesn't know stuff. First things first, I showed it to a friend of mine. He could not stop laughing. Did he go to school? How are you food shopping at the end of the day? You don't know how many quarts go into a gallon? As a matter of fact, in your receipt, you literally labeled a container of paint as a large. And that was there for a while, until I laughed about it so much that he finally figured out what it was and changed it. Sheesh. And then you got the other one, Williams. Bad joker. We've seen you on YouTube. There is something wrong with you. I dare you think you got dropped on your head a few times, so there is something definitely wrong with you. He can't write for Jack. He sent this letter. This letter was cut, crooked. It was stuffed into this letter. It just didn't have no... If you're going to say you come from the city, you can't even address it right at the end of the day. And then your writing is so bad. Your emails are absolutely funny as I don't know what. I had to correct his grammar and send it back to him over and over again. And then you see where he tried, but again, no. Now, I can see if you were trying to write a letter to somebody and you were sincere in your heart and you're trying to be nice, and that person just did this to you, called you stupid and an idiot at the end of the day, and you were just trying to be a very nice person, then that's wrong for that other person to do that. But if you're contacting somebody to be nasty at them and to treat them like trash, and guess what? You got what you deserve. It's called instant karma, my friend. So we got you posted as an illiterate idiot on websites showing that hate mail from trolls who can't read and write. And you didn't graduate because there's no way in the world you've been able to pass anything. There's no way in the world writing like that. Couldn't spell thanks. And I see on your YouTube channel with the bandana around your mouth. We know what that's for. I've seen your mouth. Yes, I have. We know what's in your mouth. It's like a jack-o'-lantern. So I know that from the door. We've seen you. We studied your YouTube channel. When you were contacting our company, I had somebody go and study your channel. That's where we found out all this stuff about you. We found out where you lived at. We found out information about basically about you call yourself being a minister, how you did some stuff on your YouTube channel, misleading people. And we went and checked all your information. No document came up, no degree, nothing at all whatsoever showing you didn't study anywhere as a minister. You're a false prophet at the end of the day. You're a fake. That's what you are. So yeah, we did all that. We researched you. Now, I seen you pop up a couple of times and I ignored you. I did. I thought you were just another idiot at the end of the day. Well, you kept doing dumb stuff. I said, okay, we got to dig into them. This is why we're on you now. And pretty soon you're going to see my face. But the difference is we're going to be in a courtroom and you're never going home. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to bury you, man. I'm just going to let you know. So if when you hear this message, little message from Mr. Bird, when we get to court, I'm going to bury you. I'm going to sue the daylights out. You can't handle my lawsuits that are coming at you. I'm going to bury you. You're going to spend the rest of your life in prison. You're going to die in the prison system. I am not joking with you when I say this. We got so much stuff on you, it's not even funny. We dug up on you. Hey, what you doing on that, chicka chim boom boom? You good? Go ahead, finish your hunting. Yeah, we got freaking 8 letters on him. His fingerprints on every single one of them. He is never going home. Ever. And I'm sending a representative up to your state at the end of the year. Go talk to a few people. Get you taken care of. That means that we're going to go to somebody in the court system to try to get you arrested as soon as possible. And I will be speaking out to that landlord in that apartment complex you live in. And we saw you walk out of that building. I got people live up there. You know that? Yep. People live in your neck of the woods. But I know that apartment complex. See, the address you gave was across the street. The houses you have over there. That's what we saw. But when you do Google Map and you look over it, there's an apartment complex right across over there. That's where you're at. And you know why? Because we've seen you walk out of that building in a YouTube video. We've seen you go in that building, and we've seen basically a number and everything. So we were able to contact who owned the building, the property management, and that's where we found you. Because we have your pictures and everything. We've seen you outside the building. We've seen you posting pictures, talking this trash, and we got you. You're easy to track down. And then we got your contact and our company's emails and harassing my company and all this stuff. Remember, cyberbullying can get you anywhere from 5 to 10 years in jail. So you're not going home, Mr. Williams, ever. I'm going to make sure of that. Before you leave and they cart you off, I got to give you a little message. Bye-bye. Oh, man, too easy. Gee whiz, we tracked that brother down too fast. And they put a bandana around his mouth. All right, where's the brush at for this thing? Tell me about it. Let me see for a minute. You think my stuff came already? Check on that. I should have came already. I want to see if my sheets came out. They busted it up. That's my biggest concern. They busted up. It's all busted up. Corners get all ripped up. Don't work correctly. There we go. There we go. Boom. Let me get this straight right here. Great. Yes, it came in a box. Finally, man, I was scared to death about that. I'm thinking that if it doesn't come in a box, it is definitely going to come all busted up. Because, man, the corners, if they damage it, man, it's going to be jacked up. And I'm kind of calculating, like, okay, so if it's the corners, chances are it's probably going to be 2 outsides. So I'm probably going to sacrifice 2 sheets. But no, they put it in a box. I'll be buying from them from now on. Because that other company, man, they just shipped it as it is, and everything got busted up. Yeah, that's my surface right now. I want to finish my tabletop today, too. Bam, 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 bam. Yes, sir. Look at top one from the box. Like, what's in here, Dad? Cool stuff, cool stuff. We finished our screen. I'm built the only one of its kind, 235.1 lightning bolts. Set up to be sick. Awesome, amazing, outstanding. Oh, he did the gallop. You see the gallop jump? He did the gallop jump. You got snacks over there, man. You got snacks. Every time I walk out that door and come back in, we smell strawberries. This place smells like strawberries. That is the best. I gotta get me another one. We need extra strawberry. I like the smell when I walk up in here. Strawberries. That's the best. I say Glade. I say Glade. Glade wicks I've ever had. Them things is amazing. They don't come up in here. It smell like strawberries. Freaking love it. But yeah, they box them, which I'm glad because I was terrified on that. Cause sometimes they never box them and they just wrap them up in that saran wrap. When they get over here, the corners are all busted up and we can't use it. Yeah, it's gonna take 4 of them to knock out my screen, and another one gonna turn to a tabletop for the projection setup. But I'm still waiting for the paint to come through. I have to order some more paint too, because this coating we have right here, it's going to take 2 paint jobs. I'm going to do a nice highlight trace of some really high light blue, or we can make our own. Buy some white, mix in with that blue. We can actually adjust the color that we want. I think I'm going to go that way instead. I see we bailed. And the Williams leaving me scared. we got personal interest in Mr. Williams. I don't know which one I'm gonna prosecute first. Actually, girls gonna get it first. We can't wait to get our hands on you. Man, I can't wait for this. I got some phone calls to make tomorrow on you. On you, my man. They're gonna open them letters, gonna dust them prints. Your prints gonna pop up. They're sealed in those letters. We got your fingerprints. For post office fraud charges at 20 years of pop. I'm gonna guarantee you one thing. When you get to court and they read out your sentence, you're gonna wet yourself. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Because the time he's gonna get is bad. He's gonna wet himself. I guarantee you. It is bad. Imagine someone has 8 letters on you. He's already in the system already. These are post office fraud charges. His fingerprints are in the inside. Because I'm pretty sure he didn't wear gloves. I bet you didn't. You don't seem smart enough to do something like that. Your fingerprints are in there, and they're sealed. You don't go to court. Post office fraud charges carry a term. Man, you got lawyers in this building. I showed them one of the letters from you and the stuff we're getting from you. This guy they must not want their freedom. Because he said, if I'm prosecuting him, he's going to go to jail. You're looking at an easy 20 years for one of those. And we have, what, 8 of these on you? On top of that, the cyber stalking, calling my phone, all that stuff, all that matches you. So, you're talking about how much time for post? How much time for post office mail fraud? How much jail time? 20 years. You can get 20 years a pop for each one of those. Once they hit you with the first one, hit you with the rest of them, and your fingerprints are on them. On top of that, we got other emails that we got, letters that we got from you directly, like that letter you sent to my neighbor, and he held on to it. He could have threw it in the trash, but he didn't. For some reason, he said something told me to hold on to this. Yeah, because your Lord's getting you ready for court. Call yourself a man of God at the end of the day. Oh, no, you're not. So he held on to it and he gave it to me. And that's how we figured out your name is on that email. Your name is also on those packages that you sent over too. Your name is also popping up on our accounts for harassing my company. So, buddy, when I tell you you're going to spend the rest of your life going to die in the prison system, you're going to die, you're going to pass away in the prison system. Got you good, man. We got you real good. Real good. You ain't never going home. You messed up big time, man. I'm not joking with you. He messed up big time. You don't get 20 years imprisonment. That's for each one of these accounts. Richard Malone got two. I forgot. I got to call him back and get his document numbers. He got two of them. This guy got he got 8. He's gonna have 8 of these. So what is right here? You're easy looking at. What do you do, like in your 50s or something? About in your 50s, roughly 50s. I'd say maybe late 40s, 50s, or whatever. You get hit with 2 of those charges. That's 40 years. A man is only expected to live to 70. You hit with 3 of them, that's 60 years. You see where I'm going at? And your fingerprints are on the inside of those letters. See, they were never opened up. They're still sealed. And your prints are sitting right in there. So what the judge is going to do is, when we show these, we got to bring these to the judge. Some of these are going to the judge for you harassing our company. The other ones already went to the post office. So what they're going to do is they're going to open up them and they're going to have them dusted. They're going to find your fingerprints on there. And what that means at the end of the day? Open and shut case, right? Okay, there you go. I'm going to watch you do 2 things in that courtroom. Well, actually 3. You're going to faint. That's definitely going to happen. You're definitely going to probably throw up in the process, and you're going to beg for forgiveness. Man, talking about messing up. Messed up. Yep. So that's why I said at the end of the day that when you call yourself prosecuting a Christian at the end of the day, that the Lord is going to make you, he's going to expose you for who you are. And you're even worse, man. You're a person impersonating a man of God and committing crimes. Actually, what you're doing is you're basically trying to act like God, but you're basically committing crimes like the devil. That's what you're doing. You're calling yourself a minister at the end of the day. That you're a person that helps people get back on track, and you're committing acts like that. So you played around with God. That's what you did. You run around in mockery of him. That's what you did. You went out and act like you were God at one point. I'm a man of God and did evil things and thinking he didn't see it. He saw your evil works. That comes with a heavy, heavy price. Do you know that? All those preachers like to go out there and rip off the church, steal and rob from people, lie, fake healing on them. It comes with an extremely heavy price. This man's going to spend the rest of his life behind bars. He thought that he was going to be doing the devil's work, carrying on and acting up. Yeah, it didn't go well, did it? We got every single piece of evidence that you sent out. All of it. Enough to send you away for a very long time. And I'm going to make sure it goes through because I'm being told, go forth. Get it done. So you're done. That's it. What are you going to do, run? Go ahead. See what happens. You'll be on the hunt. There's no place you're going to be to go. Can't pop up on a YouTube channel because they'll be watching you there. Ain't no place you can go, anywhere you can run. You're done. It's over. Your life is done. So, consider the fact that you only get one life on this planet. That's how you just spent yours. You wasted it. You're going to spend the rest of your life behind bars doing dumb stuff. Let's figure out how to do dumb stuff. Idiot. Well, what you got? What you got? Being all extra calculation. What you got? What we got in here? See what we got in here. Because we got something in the big boards. We got. Oh, we sealed this up nicely, but they had the corners on. Oh, yes, they did a good job on this. I don't want to damage the sheets in here. They're packed them tight though. That's good. Oh, yes. They did a great job in the packing. That's what they did. And you're not a big guy either. You're short. Easy target. mess than you will be. And you don't look like you're much of a scrapper either. But I tell you, that man played around with God at the end of the day. And look what it's going to cost him at the end of the day. Tomorrow, after Halloween, I got to go in and I got to put his report in. Yep. I told you I'm going to get you guys all wrapped up before the new year hits. I'm going to make sure we got all you guys all wrapped up and ready to go. I'll put your report in tomorrow. I'm going to gather up all your information and start your process. So, Mr. Williams, Derek Wilson Williams, calls yourself a minister at the end of the day. You played around with God, that's what you did. Played a devil's game, and now your time is all caught up. Where's that thing? It's on the floor on the phone. And be careful about doing stuff like that, man. Yeah, gotta be careful. Can't be playing around with God like that. You should know better than that. Yeah, this joker was contacting us, harassing our company, and we got him. So tomorrow, I start the process on you. Tomorrow. Jamie, we're still doing that at the end of the day. I still got to get this process server taken care of. We can get him at his front door. I want that process door to be there before Christmas. Or on Christmas, I don't care when they got to come up. As long as they're there. So let me get that one going. Let me see. Jeez. Every time I go in, they ask questions like, what's wrong with these people? Are they slow? And apparently they are. I'm suing you, by the way, so you know that. Once we get you in that courtroom, you got a lawsuit coming towards you. So, since for harassing my company and everything else you've been doing with these letters and stuff, you're looking at maybe a $150,000 lawsuit we're going to hit you with. And you don't have the money, I'll just take all your stuff, that's all. That's what I'm going to do to you. All right, cool. What I see in that apartment, they probably don't want anything out of there. Probably don't burn everything in there. Oh, man. Yeah, tomorrow, Mr. Williams. Tomorrow. All the evidence we gathered on you, we start your process tomorrow. Statute limitations on post office mail fraud. 5 years. We got 5 years to come get you. Let's see, the statute limitations on post office mail is 5 years from the due date. We got 5 years. 5 years. You see that? Statute limitations. I check on how long it takes for us to come get you. You just sent them this year, right? So we got 5 years to file these charges on you. 5 years. I'm gonna come get you now. Tomorrow. I'm filing against you. On everything we got in that drawer. We got your picture. We know what you look like. Your YouTube channel, all that stuff. We even know where you live at, where you lay your head at. So you're going to be taken care of tomorrow. If you think that nothing's happened to you at the end of the day, that's because, again, we're getting to it. It's coming. We're not going to forget about you. Not ever. So when I tell you, you're going to see me in that courtroom, the day you see me walk in the courtroom, remember, your life is now over. And the people that are going to be prosecuting for these fraud charges, for post office mail fraud, it's not us. It's the United States government will be taking over. We're just putting the initial complaint through with all the evidence, including with the criminal charges of you cyber stalking our company and harassing and calling my cell phone. So it's over for you. We start with you tomorrow. Yeah. And we got that joke. I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to meet you, man. I'm looking forward to meeting you. Also, I want to let you know that we're also getting you for something called identity theft. You made a YouTube channel with my name on it, right? Claiming to be me. Yeah, we got that channel already. If you delete it, don't worry, we have a copy of it already. I told you, when people have been watching for the last couple of days, so we've been gathering all this information. So you've been using my name. So guess what? That's identity theft. So it's another charge that we filed against you. I got your face right there on the YouTube channel, right next to the channel you created with my name on it. So Mr. Williams, I'm going to meet you soon. I told you, gentlemen, I was in the garage. I said when the new year starts, right? I said we're going to have you guys all rounded up. Didn't I say that? I keep my word. I'm a man of my word. And one person in this situation got squeezed out of it. And keep in mind, even though I did, and I will keep my word, I still have people working, looking for him. So if anything that pops up, because man, I tell you, if anything does pop up and we do find something where he took on another alias just to carry on act up, you'll regret it. You will not like what I'll do. At the end of the day, you will regret it. So you better hope that you stay going. If we find you, I'm not looking for you. I got some people I paid. They're going to go through the internet, everything. They're digging up all kinds of stuff they're looking for. Because again, I'm not going to be taken as a fool. So if you think you're going to do one of Jamie's little acts where we give you a chance and opportunity, and you do dirty stuff behind our back, we're going to find you. And when we do, you're going to wish you never did. You're going to wish you took that agreement. Because it'll be far worse than you ever imagined. But it seems that we can't find anything on them. Nope. We're trying to find his YouTube channel. We can't find nothing at all. And they're looking for him. I told him to dig up the earth. Trying to see if there's anything out there that he's basically at the end of the day slamming my company behind my back using another name. And these guys are the nicer way of saying IT Tech. They're good friends of mine. They'll dig up the earth. But he's staying quiet. I haven't heard anything from him. We got 4 years to come after him. Mr. Williams, we got 5 years to get you. But I don't want to wait 5 years. I want my justice now. Here we go. I do my research. So, the statute of limitations for post office fraud is 5 years from the due date. So that means that Jamie's post office fraud charges are still fresh. Very fresh. Ooh, these are nice. I've got my family. Yep. Let's see. We're in 2024. Oh, we filed it already. Yeah, we got. That's how much time we have to file. That's it. We have to file within that timeline. That's it. Jamie's been filed already. So his is an investigation. They're gonna go well, gentlemen. Gonna be back. All right, I'm enjoying my time here. I can't wait. Ooh, can you paint the screen with this? Since it's, you're not gonna use this anymore. We can do something else with this. something else with this. Okay, but we got the panels. We have the panels. We have the panels. They can't enter in good condition too. None of the coolant are bad, not damaged or destroyed. Nothing at all. $5 years. We got 5 years. Yeah, Jesse, you don't think I'm bluffing, Mr. Williams. When you file your charges on you for post office mail charge fraud, I'll show you your docket numbers. So that way you can think at the end of the day that we're not playing around with you. Because I don't want you thinking at the end of the day that we're a joke. So I'm going to display the docket numbers so you can see that they were filed. And you know that it's real and it's in the process. And you get an understanding. Oh, they are super cool. I'm gonna lay these on the ground. Look at him getting all ready, like, I don't want to be there, let me do it. This game came out nice. Yep. Nice and big too. I thought this was 2. This was 1. That is freaking cool. So before we had it, that's enough to put the strip in too. Oh man, it's definitely perfect. For nightmares. That's perfect. Yep. Perfect. Now that little strip we have here, this one I'm putting my EL wire there. That's gonna fit right through there, come up in here, head to there. That's perfect. And how many we got left over? We have 1, 2, we got 4 left over. Cool. Definitely enough for the desk. Definitely, I can turn one of those from my desk screen. That's perfect. What do you think, Taco? Taco, what do you think? You like it? It's pretty cool, huh? Got the panel system put in. Things were cheap too. Much cheaper than Home Depot. Definitely cheaper. And he put it in a box on top of that. Tell me it was not cool. Definitely. So we might be get this done. Get this complete. I'm gonna put it up there. Put it up there. Set it up. Get the whole thing done. Get it all painted in. Get it completed. Get it finished. And then after that, I'm not doing it on camera. I got too much to do right now. I got to finish my other stuff's coming in from other PC. I got one part of that painted. Got to get that finished. Got to get this part done. This is already finished right there for that setup over there. Okay, 235. I'm gonna go order my projector now. Get me a projector for this. Taco Bear, Taco Bear. This one's gotta be definitely taped up a little better. This is definitely not gonna work for the bass for some reason. Definitely gotta fix this. So we gotta fix that. I picked it up. I gotta go. I gotta get to work.